Hello, and welcome to another edition of Witte Where You Are. My name is Leslie Ochoa. I'm Director of Collections at the Witte Museum.
And I'm Alana Kardon, Nature and Science Education Manager at the Witte Museum.
Today we're going to be talking about bugs. As Director of Collections, I know a bit about bugs, especially those kinds of pests that like to eat materials found in the Witte Museum's collections. Alana, what do you know about bugs?
Well, I love learning about animals, and some people refer to bugs thinking of insects only, whereas others will include many other types of animals in that grouping. So think worms, millipedes, scorpions, spiders. None of those animals are actually insects, but we may still call them bugs. Insects, though, make up about 90% of the world's animal population. But scientists think that isn't even a quarter of what's actually out there.
Wow, that is a lot. You bring up a good point. There are a lot of bugs in Texas that you can discover just walking around your neighborhood or around your home. One that I've seen a lot lately is the Roly Poly, or doodle bug, as my toddler calls them.
Ah, yes. Pill bugs are able to form their bodies into ball shapes, a process known as conglobation. Pill bugs eat decaying plant matter and contribute to the ecosystem as decomposers.
Oh, that's right. Pill bugs like warm and wet environments. So if I see them where the Witte Museum's collections are stored, I know we have an issue with temperature and humidity. Another bug that likes warm and wet environments are cockroaches. Gross. I hear they eat anything.
Yes, cockroaches will eat anything and everything. They've been around for a long time, over 320 million years. They can survive almost anything and can hold their breath underwater for up to 40 minutes.
Another bug that's been around for a long time are ants. There are a lot of different kinds of ants.
There are an estimated 22,000 different species of ants, and only half of those have been classified or described by scientists.
Wow. Ants inside the museum's collection storage means a couple of things. One, there's ready food and water available for them. Or two, they might be attracted to a computer since they like the hum of electronics.
Ants are also the longest living insects. The queen from one species has been known to live up to 30 years. You know, another pest that has an interesting home is the spider.
Oh yes, I love spiders. Spiders like to eat other bugs, so I'm usually happy when I see them in collection storage. It means they're eating other bugs or pests that can damage the collections. But then again, that means there are other bugs around for them to eat.
Spiders are mostly carnivorous, but some will even eat decaying plant matter, including nectar and pollen.
I didn't know that.
One insect that I find fascinating is the beetle. With over 400,000 species, the beetle makes up a quarter of all animals on our planet. Beetles don't have good vision at all, so they communicate using sounds, vibrations, even pheromones.
Oh, I know a lot about beetles. There are several species that like to eat materials found in collections. There are some, like the powder post beetle, that eats wood, paper, and basketry. These kinds of materials are made from cellulose fibers or fibers grown in the ground. Other kinds, like the carpet beetles, that eat wool, silk, and fur. These kinds of materials are made from protein fibers or fibers grown on a body. I have to keep a close eye out for beetles when I monitor the Witte Museum's collections.
Yes, the powder post beetle is part of a larger group of wood-boring beetles. They can be a problem if found inside a home because of their love of starch, proteins, and sugar found in a lot of furniture. They are also very small, so they're difficult to see. Carpet beetles will feed off of similar objects, but have also been known to digest keratin, the material that makes up our fingernails and hair. I can see why we would not want those beetles in our museum, since we have furniture and taxidermy animals.
Beetles are not the only pests that would love to make a meal in the Witte Museum collection. Two flying creatures I would not like to see in the museum are the case-making clothes moth and the webbing clothes moth.
Yes, the larvae of both of those species can do some damage, eating wool, silk, and other protein fibers. In the case of the case-making clothes moth, the larvae make their own cylindrical case out of the material to carry around with them.
Sounds like those bugs can do some damage before they become adults. But even the adults aren't that big, just less than 1/2 inch. And I hear that the adult moths do not like light. Another bug that does not like light is silverfish. I keep a close eye out for silverfish in the Witte's archives and library collections. Silverfish feed on paper products, including books, stored papers, writing papers, newspaper, wrapping paper, and cardboard.
A silverfish is a small wingless insect. Its name comes from the silvery light gray color, combined with the fish-like appearance of its movements.
Learning about insects and other bugs is an important job at the Witte Museum so that we can be sure to protect the collection for years to come. Thank you, Alana, for your expertise on bugs, and thank you for joining us on another edition of Witte Where You Are.